Hello everyone, and welcome to not a hot tent adventure. I had a hot tent adventure planned for this weekend. One thing led to another. Here we are, late Sunday afternoon, and I'm just coming out to have supper. I'm gonna set up, cook some good food, eat, and go back home. At least I get to spend a little bit of time in the woods. I've got the sled. I'm not going to bother putting the belt on. I didn't even put the tarp on. Like I said, I've just got the cooler full of food. I don't even have my backpack with me. And I'm just going to grab it and tow it along. The car is right here, and I'm only going across this little field, and that's it. So let's get going. This stump is going to give us a nice flat surface that we can use to set up. I think I'm going to push the sleigh over into the corner here. I brought along just my small little yard work shovel. I'm not going to shovel out a big area. Just enough of an area for me to stand in here close to the stump and be comfortable. Brought my chair, but I don't think I'm going to set it up. And the nice part is, all kinds of dead branches right here. Don't have too far to go for firewood. This is a broken piece that I carried over from over there. But then I found all this dead stuff, so we'll have plenty of firewood. Okay, I've processed down some of that wood. I've got some nice big chunks here. What I've done, I've got my shovel. I'm wiping out as much of the snow as I can, and I'm just laying it on top of the snow here. I've gathered a big bunch of fines. I'm going to put that on the shovel to keep them dry so that I keep my workspace here. I've got my new Work Tough Gear Forester designed by Aurora Borealis Knives. And we're going to see how well this thing is going to baton. Apparently, it'll do it quite well. So now that that wood is all processed down, I'm gonna take the smalls out of here. And I have a pretty good shovel full of firewood. I brought out my Boundless Voyage stove. Because when I did a video on this, all we did was boil water. Today, we're going to be doing some cooking. We're going to boil some water, make some tea. There we go. So we're going to boil some water and make some tea. Wow, it seems a little stiff. Did it freeze? It's not that cold out here. Okay. So now that it's put together, that seemed a little stiffer than it should be, but at least we know it'll stay together if it's that stiff. So I'm gonna set a few of these bigger pieces in the bottom of the stove just to create a base. Then we're going to see if we can light this stove and start cooking. I had an idea of how I wanted to light the fire today. I've got a pocket full of birch bark. I have a piece of chaga, and I brought out my Fresnel lens. Now normally this works fantastic, but of course I'm setting up to get it done, and there's a small thin cloud that has covered the sun. I'm gonna try it anyway, but we're gonna have to see. I don't know if I can generate the heat that I need. Looks like it's working. We've got a burn mark. Oh, you can smell it. Chaga makes an excellent tea, but it's also great for creating an ember. And when it's burning, it just smolders and it really smells terrific. And once you do get it to light, you will not get it to go out. So let's put this away, make our way back over to the stove and see if we can't get this to light. So here's our smoldering chunk of chaga. Put some finer birch bark in there if I don't drop it all. Add the chaga to the bundle. And I'm just holding it up and let the wind come at it. Now let's see if we can boil some water and make some tea. I have one more little chunk of chaga, so we can have some chaga tea while we get ready to cook dinner. While we're waiting for the water to boil, here's the pan we're going to be cooking on. I'm going to slice up this onion. I knew this knife was going to be slicey, but wow. That slices very well. Water's at a boil. Let's drop our chunk of chaga in there. Woo! Watch out, those flames are hot. Let's take that off the heat for just a second. It's boiling just a little too hard. Knock that down just a bit. Okay, now that's going to steep for a few minutes. While we're letting that steep, some of you may have noticed the hat. I got a friend of mine who likes to do all kinds of crafts, and she bought herself a printer, and she printed my logo on a few hats. I've only got a small handful of them, but they're gorgeous. Thanks, Brenda. You did an awesome job. I'm really gonna like this hat. As far as this weekend's camping trip goes, they weren't calling for much weather. It wasn't really supposed to snow. They were calling for it to be cold. Saturday morning, I wake up. I'm getting up to start packing and get ready to go camping. I look out the window, and there's just a bit of snow on the ground. Not enough to make me go plow. But I look at the weather network. It's melting a little bit, and it's supposed to turn really cold, and we're supposed to get a flash freeze. So now I got to go to work and sand at least. So I got ready, go to work, jump in the sander, I sand the road, I sand everything. Only there for an hour or so. Well, that's not bad. I decided, all right, now by the time I'm done packing and I leave, it's going to be a little bit later. So I stopped and got a little bit of firewood. That way, I don't have to cut wood when I get here. It'll save me some time, even if I show up late. I get the wood, put it in the car, go home, pack all my gear, get everything in the sleigh, get it all tied down and into the back of the car. I stopped for gas as I'm leaving, and I noticed my front tire's a bit low. I check it, it's down to 12 pounds. Well, there's no way I'm driving way out into the bush on a tire that I know is going down slowly. Couldn't get anybody to fix it. So, went home, put all my gear away, and winter's just about over anyway, so I swapped out my tires. I put my all seasons on and took off the winter ones. My winter ones, this is their last year. I'm going to be replacing them before the next winter. So I didn't want to spend the money to repair it just to pull it off the car in a week or two. I may as well just swap out the tires. But that meant that there's no way I was going to be ready to come out here early enough to be able to make it. And then I decided, well, I already bought the food, so I may as well go out just for the afternoon and cook my dinner. So here we are. Before this gets down too low, I'm going to add a bit more wood. I think I'm going to get dinner started and then pour myself a cup of tea. So we've got the frying pan. And a little bit of oil. And I brought out some extra lean ground beef. So while that's heating up, I'm gonna pour myself a cup of tea. Well, there you go. Now it's starting to sizzle. Now that that's starting to heat up, we'll toss in our onions. And I brought a package of sliced mushrooms. Throw those in there. Making sure we take out all our trash. And in here I have garlic powder and the spicy Montreal steak spice. So that'll give it just a bit of a kick. Oh, I love my chaga tea. Oh, it's nice to get out here. It's been a while. The last little bit's been pretty busy and just haven't been finding the time. Oh, but now that the snow is just about over, things are going to slow down a little bit at work. I won't have to go in and plow on weekends. Should be able to get more time out here. But I'm still loving the new job. It's keeping me busy, but it's also interesting. Some days you go in with a plan in your head of what's going to get done that day, and by the time you leave, you didn't get any of that done, but you got a whole bunch of other stuff done because things happen. You got to go deal with it. Now that that's all cooked down, time to throw in a little bit of mild salsa. Give that a stir. Let that cook just a little while longer. Oh, it smells good though. Now, a little bit of triple cheddar cheese blend. Give that a bit more of a stir. Then we'll toss a little bit of cheese on top. You can never have too much cheese. And now, whole wheat tortillas. Because, you know, with a meal like this, you have to eat healthy. Get that on the plate. Get some of that ooey gooey mess in there. And then we call it dinner. Oh wow, that is very good. All right, I'm gonna heat up this mess. I'll bring it back in a little while. Well, I gave it my best shot. Luckily, I had some large Ziploc bags in the cooler and an extra plate. So I've got 2 made up that I can bring home. If Anne and June would like to try one, they can. If not, guess what I'm having for lunch tomorrow? Wow, those were good. We didn't get to spend a night in a hot tent, but we did manage to get out here, and now we know that Boundless Voyage will cook a great meal. I'm not too worried about how stiff it was to open, because I think that just makes it a little bit more sturdy. I'm not going to complain with that. Seems to work very well. And the new knife seems to baton very well. I think it's going to do what I need it to do. And when I'm cooking it, it is very slicey. It sliced through that onion like nothing. So at least we got to find out some stuff that we needed to know about our new gear. And we got to spend a little bit of time out here in the bush. Love it out here. But now, it was already late when I got here. So now it's just getting later. And I still need to get ready for work in the morning. So once again, thanks for the hat, Brenda. I love it. And to the rest of you, thanks for coming along. Always a pleasure having you with me. We always have a good time. And a good meal. But now I gotta pack this stuff up and waddle back to the car. So if you liked what you saw, go ahead and hit the like button. If you want to see more of it, hit the subscribe button. And if you're going to do that, you may as well hit the notification bell. When you do, there'll be a drop-down menu. In that menu, select all. That should let you know whenever we put out a new video. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.